Yep, that's me. And that's me. In a police station. I bet you're wondering how I got here and where here is. Here is Roldanillo, a small city in Valle del Cauca, Colombia. Loosely translated, Valle del Cauca means Valley of Tall Tales, which seems very appropriate. For the last 3 years, not counting the COVID year, I've been going to South America with Eagle Paragliding, seeking out adventure, and never being disappointed. Getting to Colombia takes a while. It takes 10 to 12 hours of flying to Cali from San Francisco, and then another 2 to 3 hour drive to our hotel, where we'll be there for the next week. Travel can take 24 to 36 hours depending on logistics. This is our hotel for the week, Hotel Los Viñedos. It's a wonderful resort next to La Unión in Valle del Cauca. The first order of business is safety briefings. Paragliding is an amazing sport. Most people think paragliders are crazy, but there is something deeply satisfying about flying with nothing but the wind, your wits, some nylon fabric, and string. This day starts at our lovely hotel, watching the sunrise and drinking strong Colombian coffee.
The sunrise behind me.
From there, we load up on small buses and drive to launch. The ride to launch takes about 45 minutes. Sometimes there's mechanical issues. In this case, we had to offload one of the buses because it wasn't going to make it to launch. The launch is called Los Tonks and is a short but steep hike of about 100 yards. For the dedicated, you can hike up the hill with your gear, or you can hire a porter. The going rate for a porter is about 5,000 pesos, or $1.25.
Whew. Yeah, buddy. Oh, I'm out of shape. There you go. All right. Make wave, smile.
Way to go.
Once on launch, flight preparations begin. This is a critical stage because a misstep can force an early landing or perhaps a more serious problem. Kyoko's having some fun filming the cameraman. Our mission is to launch from here. Search out rising columns of air called thermals, circle in the thermal, climb up and touch the clouds, and then fly off in search of the next thermal. Mastering that last statement takes years, but the reward is 4, 5, and 6 hour flights, with distances in excess of 100 kilometers.
No need to get out, just stay on a lovely holiday. Our love is easy lasting, holiday so easy passing. Our love is easy lasting, holiday so easy passing. Together we're an island, only grains of sand. You and me make
In 30 to 45 minutes, we begin the launch process. And another 30 to 45 minutes after that, all of these pilots will be off the hill.
on a lovely holiday. Lovely holiday. Our love is easy lasting, holiday so easy passing. Our love is easy lasting, holiday so easy passing. Didn't see it coming, but we hit the ground running. No time to pull aside.
If we're planning to go as far as San Francisco and San Manuel, my preference is usually to push down the spine that goes directly north from the train.
Our love is easy.
Yep. Launching! Launching!
Once launch preparations are done, it's time for the main event. After a careful pre-flight, it is time to pursue the blind man's errand. Get high, fly far. The critical first step after launch is getting established. This is the process of finding a thermal and climbing to cloud base. But you can't see a thermal. You can only see indicators of a thermal. Clouds forming, soaring birds rising, other gliders rising, or favorable looking terrain that might cause air to rise. Imagine a sport like tennis where you can't see the ball you're trying to hit. This is why paragliding is so maddeningly difficult, and good pilots are great detectives, sleuthing out the thermals and the best opportunities to go up.
Film it! There you go!
Working as a team, you can find thermals. You can get high together and go far. Sometimes the thermals find you.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
When you find the thermal, you instantly have friends. They all want to go up in the same thermal you're rising up in. Here I'm topping out a thermal. You can see the clouds. I'm about to hit the clouds, and when I do, I'll exit this thermal and continue on my way. Clouds make for dramatic video, but you have to be careful not to get sucked into the cloud because you have very poor visibility and the chance of collision goes up dramatically. So we avoid clouds as much as possible. Off in the distance, I can see my fellow pilots rising in a thermal above that ridge, so I'm in accelerated flight to get to that thermal. Birds are a really good indicator of rising air. This guy and I climbed up to 7,500 feet together. I frequently follow the birds, and they will fly with you for extended periods of time. Sometimes you need to send a selfie to your wife. Hi, honey. As the day develops, the process continues, climbing then gliding, until one of two things happens. You can reach your destination, or you can't find the next climb. Either way, it's time to land. Or a 737 can fly right through your group and disrupt it. It looked huge to me. In fact, this is what it looked like. Ultimately, the disruption caused us all to land. When you land, you frequently attract a large crowd of locals. That's Scott getting mobbed by the same group of locals that greeted me.
Look at that! Oh, look at that! Oh!
Everything was going fine, and then the police showed up. They assured us it was no problem, and they said it was for our safety. So I asked if we could take a picture, and they wanted me to take a picture again with their hats on.
Clear nights and I'm ready to fall for the last time. Picture perfect times, lighthearted, here we go.
Our group had landed in various municipalities and lit up the police radios. So they did an investigation and they detained us for a couple of hours. We were fine and they were very polite, but it's very unnerving. And I sent a message to my wife saying, I'm in a Colombian police station just in case I disappear.
Setting fire to our souls.
So, okay, picture? No, you do. There you go. There we go. That's it. Gracias. Thank you.
Ultimately, the police let us go, but they wouldn't release us until the Eagle paragliding team showed up. Many thanks to the Eagle paragliding team for getting us out of jail. I'm sure we could have gotten out of jail on our own, but it was certainly nice to have somebody on our side.
Take my hand and leave this place just to be on our own again. Together we can let the lights explode.
This is mi amigo Hondo. Say hi. Buenos dias, Hondo.
After a successful landing, a new adventure begins. the process of packing up and getting retrieved back to the hotel. In Colombia, landing near towns frequently draws a large crowd. Everyone wants to help. Colombians are very generous people. I find that offering whatever food or snack I have left is very well received, and in return they will share back.
This is the field I landed in this morning, and I hung out with the horses. This is today's LZ, and as you can see, it's a pretty amazing place to land. And this is my, I'm using air quotes, hike out. Give me a thumbs up.
All right. Oh, I guess a picture?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Here we go. This is my friend Alonso. And this is Santiago. And this is my landing field today.
I got a ride on the back of Santiago's motorcycle, a very small motorcycle. Some say this is the most dangerous part of the trip.
Today's LZ, that's Ron Davis behind me. And I flew with the big dogs, and it was a great day. Waiting to get picked up.
Retrieves may involve hiking and getting to a place where you can be picked up. This is another perk of the trip. Flacco and his team do a fabulous job of retrieving you from the boonies. The ride home is the best part of the day. Flacco has beer in the vans, and we can add tall tales to the Valley of Tall Tales.
This is mi amigo, Oscar. Wait. Hola. Hola. You okay here? Good. Yeah, there you go. Bien. This is today's LZ, and all the people you see around were kind enough to come join me so I wouldn't be alone.
My personal goal this trip was not to get caught up in flying the farthest or the highest, but rather enjoying myself and learning everything I could. And the difference in that attitude paid off in spades. I had much longer flights and much higher flights than previously, and I had a wonderful time.